This is a headline that you would never see in a newspaper, because a newspaper wouldn't report this amount of money to this level of accuracy. Instead, it would probably say that the local man wins £2 million on the national lottery. Now, how did the newspaper get from this amount of money to this? They've rounded this to one significant figure. Let me show you how this works. Significant means important. When I'm looking at the digits of this number here, the 6 just represents £6, the 5 is £50, the 1 is £100, and as I move to the left, the digits are worth more and more. So the most important figure, the most significant one, is the one at the start. So when I'm rounding to one significant figure, I want to count one figure from the left and then draw a line down. I now need to look at the digit that comes immediately after the line. If it's a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, or a 9, it's going to round this up. If it's a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, or a 0, then this will stay the same. So the 9 will round the 1 up to a 2, and then I need to keep my number the same length by filling in with zeros. There are 6 digits here, so I'm going to need 6 zeros. So to one significant figure, this number here would be written as 2 million, and that's how the newspaper got their headline. So to answer this question, I draw a line after the first figure, and I look at this one here. It's a 4, so the 3 is going to stay as it is, and I fill in with the correct amount of zeros. I draw my line here and focus on the 8. That's going to round the 2 up to a 3, and then I fill in with the correct number of zeros. For the last one, I draw the line. The 5 is going to make the 7 round up to 8, and then I need the correct number of zeros. Here are some for you to try. Press pause and have a go at them. When you're ready for the answers, press play. Here are the answers. Now that we know how to round to one significant figure, it's actually no more difficult to round to different amounts of significant figures. Looking at this first one, I want 2 significant figures, so I count 2 figures from the left and draw my line. This number here is an 8, so it's going to make this round up, and it's going to go from 7,3 to 7,4. I fill in with zeros in the usual way. This question asks me for 3 significant figures, so I count 3 figures from the left and draw my line down. This 0 is not going to change this, so it's 4, 8, 8, and then 2 zeros. For this one, I want 2 figures, so I draw my line here. The 1 is not going to change this, so it will stay as 5, 9. Now this time, when I fill in with zeros, I've got to stop at the point. Putting 0.0 on the end would actually make this incorrect. For this one, I want 2 figures, so I draw the line here. This 6 is going to make this round up, so I'm going to go from 29 to 30. I fill in with 4 extra zeros. I want 3 figures on this one. The 8 is going to make this round up, so it's going to go to 4, 0, 0, and I fill in with zeros, but only as far as the point, so I just need 1 extra zero. Here are some of those for you to try. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready for the answers, press play. Here are the answers. Now, when faced with this type of number, it's tempting to start counting your figures from here. But any zeros at the start of a number are actually just placeholders. They don't count as significant figures. The first significant figure is the first non-zero digit. So this is the first significant figure on this number. I only want one significant figure, so I put my line down here. This 7 tells me to round this up to 2, so I've got 0.2. This time, because we're after the decimal point, we don't need to fill in with any zeros at all. So for this one, again, I want one significant figure. I don't count this 0 or this 0. I start counting with this 4. The 8 tells me to round the 4 up to 5, so I've got 0.05, and I don't fill in with zeros because I'm after a point. Here, I want two figures. Don't count the 0, don't count the 0, start counting here. So 1, 2, draw the line. This 1 tells me to leave this as it is, so I've got 0.054. No zeros are needed on the end. I want three significant figures here. Don't count any of these zeros, start counting here. 1, 2, 3. The line goes here, and the 9 tells me to round up, so I have 0.0000178. For the last one, I want two figures. Don't count any of the zeros, count the 7 and the 9. The 5 tells me to round this up, so I have 0.0080. Because this 0 was part of my significant figures when I rounded, I need to leave it here. But I don't need to put any extra zeros on the end. So this is the answer to this question. Here are some of those for you to try. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready for the answers, press play. Here are the answers. Here's your final set of questions. You'll need a calculator to help you with these. Use the calculator to find the answer and then round your answer to two significant figures. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready for the answers, press play. Here are the answers.